The 2026 golf season is here at Golfdom and Worldwide Golf. Oh, you heard me, it's here. Maybe not outside your window where there's snow and ice and frozen dormant grass, but it's here and alive with your upcoming winter golf getaway. It's here as you think, I need a new travel bag, like my Sun Mountain Club Glider Meridian model, the best damn travel bag I've ever owned. Or maybe you want some great high-tech thermal golf outerwear as you steal a few rounds on a 45-degree day here in the DMV. Or maybe the golf season is here as you get ready to stock up on ammunition for the season by going into Golfdom and shopping for the right ball for your game and talking to their trusted golf-savvy reps in store. All about the options you have today and then getting at least enough to make it through, well, 4th of July. So just like the new season of the Capital Golf Gang is here, so too is golf season at Golfdom. Get into any location in the DMV, Tysons, Rockville, and Annapolis, or shop online at golfdomgolf.com. Or wherever you go, look for the Worldwide Golf logo and get the best for your game.
In the shadow of the most powerful city in the world, the Capital Golf Gang is on the air with instructor John Ronis from Beacon Hill Golf Club, executive director of the Middle Atlantic PGA, John Gould, and worldwide golf executive and former owner of Golfdom, Buddy Christensen. And now your host, sports radio legend in the DMV, Steve Zabin.
We are fresh and running on the first episode of the 2026 Capital Golf Gang. Thank you for downloading. We are virtual in this winter moment of our golf season. John Ronis, John Gould, and yours truly, El Baldo. Happy winter golf dreaming to you and yours. Mr. Ronis, how are things out at Beacon Hill?
Well, when it's 64 degrees outside and January 7th, whatever we are here, it's quite good.
Ding, ding, ding. It came out of the woodwork today.
Yeah.
Golfers in the
because
DMV
it has
area.
been brutal. December was brutal.
Tough. It's been tough December.
Yeah.
John Gould, how are you, my friend? Been in meetings and planning and everything else?
Yeah, this is the time of year I go and visit some of our members in the farther reaches of the section. So Baltimore's not that far, but I went out to Ocean City today to visit with about 20 of our pros that work out there and live out there. So figuring out what's going on in their neck of the woods and what we can do to help them and what they can do to help each other. So it's always good and always great to see our members too.
All right, we got a lot to get to on this first episode of the year. Brooks Koepka comes crawling back, to the PGA Tour.
Yeah.
We know he has left the LIV. What are the ramifications of that? Tiger's planning a 50th birthday bash that is off the charts. Plus, I have a very adorable story of a birdie from my dentist at a very famous golf course. I'll get to that before we are done tonight. So let's start with the Koepka news, boys. Well. This is the first big chunk, Ronis, of the monolith that has now crumbled and fallen off of the LIV Tour. It hasn't prevented them from putting more money after bad, more good money after bad, because Taylor Gooch has re-signed. A number of other minor players have re-signed or even changed teams. They're going to rebrand some teams. They're going to have a season to live, but this was a big blow. How big do you think the Brooks Koepka news really is?
I think he's part of the foundation. Let's just say that. So I think that the whole building can crumble down at any time now. I think if there's one more foundational piece, and I will say the foundational pieces in Koepka, Rahm, DeChambeau, and I'm missing one right there.
Maybe Mickelson, but not really these days. But
no,
Rahm, DeChambeau, and DJ. Did you say DJ?
Yeah, I guess
No,
DJ would
not
be,
anymore.
but he's not really as relevant anymore. But
it's like him and Phil.
I think if you take those three right there, they are really the foundation of the LIV Tour right now. And that is a major chunk now out of that foundation. So, some of the peripheral guys like the Hattons and those guys of the world, they're still very relevant on the PGA, on the major tour circuit. But this is a major one. I think if you take a look at a stool with three legs, if you take one of them away, you probably could balance for a little while on the two. But if you take away the other one, it's gonna crumble down in a hurry. So if
Mickelson no
DeChambeau
longer
goes,
relevant.
no,
No.
All
if
right.
DeChambeau
Sideshow.
goes, we're in trouble.
Okay.
The Liv's in trouble.
Yeah, right. Who's we?
No, I don't know what I'm saying.
Did you
there.
sign with Liv when I wasn't looking
I
during
did.
our winter break here?
Yes, I did.
Cool. How big is this defection?
Well, they replaced him with Thomas Dietrich, so I think they're going to be fine.
Oh, wow. They did, huh? That's right. The four aces.
Forgot about that.
Thomas Dietrich leaving the tour,
Actually,
and it's a tough
I'm
blow.
sorry, Smash. They're on Smash GC. So
yeah, I don't know who he joined. I just know he signed, and I don't think there was even a ripple in the overflow of the pond. So
Okay,
yeah, it's a big deal for Liv, for them losing him, and I think it's the start of the end. Personally,
did you see the quotes from DeChambeau in the wake of this decision?
And it was a little bit like Lamar not talking about Harbaugh.
Right.
What he didn't say was the key to me. He didn't say, I'm definitely in. Right? He said, we'll see what happens in a year or whatever it was. Maybe that was the interview before that. But interesting.
Well,
he's got
smart.
another year, but he wasn't willing to re-up yet.
Here's what he said. He told Flushing It Golf, David Rumsey of Front Office Sports, quote, "It's confidential. I'm not going to share too much, but the conversations are in progress. We have to get to a place where both parties have a good understanding of one another." What have you been doing the last several years? It is getting to a place that makes sense for both sides. And I think that can happen, but you never know. Life throws curveballs. Using can versus will, and then you never know, that really was a shot across the bow.
If you're DeChambeau, you have all the leverage. You have more leverage than you've ever had.
Right.
Yeah.
So
whatever he got.
So you hear that the same way as I do. They shot across the bow as the price for me, Mr. YouTube star, my price? Oh, it's going to buckle your knees even. You were about to say, John Ronas, I'm sorry I cut you off.
No, I don't remember exactly what I was going to say there, but
sorry about that.
That's all right. The fact is that DeChambeau is the largest leverage piece of the foundation. Rahm is a big piece as well, but DeChambeau, he holds all the cards. I really believe that he is looking, I think, somehow for an exit that really isn't an exit, a way to play on the PGA Tour that doesn't fully exit the Live Tour. And I don't think it's going to happen, but I think that's what DeChambeau kind of has in the back of his crazy mind, that they could come up with some sort of mutual thing. I believe, here's a big conspiracy thing, I believe that DeChambeau believes that he can bring the two together.
Wow. He's that arrogant, huh?
I don't know if it's arrogance or just
naivete.
I don't know. But I really think that he's concocting the smartest man in the world thing, that he could bring the two together through his leverage.
He also said in this interview with Flushing It, because I could just do YouTube golf and be totally fine as well.
Didn't mention the PGA Tour.
First of all,
because he knows he can't play on it.
Do you think he could be fine doing YouTube videos and playing the majors? Because he's got exemptions into all of them for a couple of years, right?
Yeah, I think he could do it for a year or two while he waits out a suspension. I think that's
is
probably
fine?
What he's talking about.
What is fine? Financially fine? Yeah. But mentally fine? No way.
There's only so many YouTube videos you can cook up.
Yeah, no way.
I bet you he's already on the edge of burnout anyway, because you have to keep shoveling ideas and videos into the YouTube furnace.
He's got a team. He's taken care of. He's got a great team around him.
Great team.
He wants to compete. He knows he blew it and can't compete anymore with the best players. He's competing with a bunch of clowns. So now he wants to compete again, and that's the sole reason why he's talking in those circles.
What I wonder really, and this is probably the biggest question, is will Taylor Gooch be able to run the smash as well, since he's now the captain, as Koepka did? I really start to worry about some of the lineups and strategies and pairings that Taylor Gooch is going to throw out there.
Yeah.
I mean, fine player, but is he captain material? I don't I don't know.
Say, I'm losing the same amount of sleep over it. I feel for you. But I also see Taylor Gooch not only as a captain, but a CEO of our organization, which sold for billions of dollars like the race car teams did, that's how they set up this live tour. So the CEO, I'm just not sure if he can handle it as well.
I'm imagining that the exit legal papers for Koepka and his ownership stake in this massive entity that he is a part owner of, the Smash GC, must have been reams of papers. I mean, to deleverage yourself from that kind of financial stakes. Wow.
Yeah. You're leaving behind your salary and the $0 that you had for the ownership of the team.
Yeah. Gooch last year on tour, on the Live Tour, had a good season. He finished 6th. It wasn't as good, though, as Dean Burmeister of Stinger. He finished 5th. Imagine if you said, is Dean Burmeister a top 5 live player? The answer would be, at least for last year, he was.
And I couldn't have told you that Dean Burmeister was on the live tour.
It's Burmeister, not Burmeister.
Whatever.
Let's
Sorry.
get that straight, for God's sakes. I can't believe Bubba Watson finished 11th on tour. I can't play dead in a Western now, and he's still top 12. So,
did he really?
That's how John Rahm won without winning an event. He didn't have to do much.
Yeah. The Majestics are rebranding just while we're on live, so you know that. They're going to incorporate more of a red, white, and blue and British flag Union Jack theme as they're going all British.
Is that Poulter's team?
Guys. I believe it is.
Just another hat I got to buy.
Stenson's out. Poulter was the last guy hanging on the bottom of the ladder on the helicopter out of Saigon, Mr. 48th place. Thank God as well that Chi-Po Lee kept his card for next year. Chi-Po Lee. He's a wild card. Okay, so back to Koepka for a second. Let me read his statement, and then we can pick that apart. Koepka, 35 years old, said that he wants to spend more time with his family. Scott O'Neill, the CEO of the Live Tour, said, we've amicably and mutually agreed that Brooks Koepka will no longer compete in the Live Golf League. Brooks is prioritizing his needs on family and staying closer to home. We appreciate the significant impact he has had on the game and wish him continued success both on and off the course. Blah, 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 blah. Similar sort of syrupy statement from Koepka. What was interesting was what the PGA Tour officially tweeted
tweeted right afterwards. So they were involved. It was not a reaction. It was planned.
Right. Exactly. PGA Tour tweet on Koepka. I should have had this ready to go. Hold on 2 seconds. Here we go. This is something right here. Brooks Koepka is a highly accomplished professional, and we wish him and his family continued success. The PGA Tour continues to offer the best professional golfers the most competitive, challenging, and lucrative environment in which to pursue greatness. And send. So, Ghoul, you're a man in an org, the PGA of America. Tell me how an org puts out a comment like that. Give me the thinking.
I'm sure it went through lawyers and it went through a PR, team of some kind to say, how can we say we're on top of this without saying anything about he's coming to us or we're glad he left or anything like that? That was, it was as brief and terse as possible.
Right.
To just say we're on top of this.
But without hinting at any pathway back yet. But they are talking about pathways back. And
you got to look at that Koepka's statement, or I guess it was the Live statement. Spending more time with their family is in the PR 101 book of I'm sick of this. I'm going to be spending more time with my family. In other words, just getting out of here.
But Ronas, they joined the tour to spend more time with their family.
Right.
To not play as many events. Now they're leaving.
Only 3 rounds. Maybe he's opposed to 4 rounds.
Maybe they went to Live to spend more time with the family, and now going back would mean more time with the family, like double time with the family.
Yeah, it's called retirement. I mean, I wouldn't mind spending more time with the family too, but I got to work.
Right.
So it's a choice. It's like John said, that's just obviously an excuse, but it's how much money did he leave on the table? Has there been reports of that?
I have no idea. Koepka did say nice things about the Live Tour on his way out the door. I think that's so he wouldn't get a knock on the door from some dicey looking fella because it is the Saudis you're dealing with. So he tried to go out clean. I think this is going to be a huge year for this tour to decide how committed are we, right?
It'll be interesting too to see if it's just Koepka that leaves. The ratings aren't good anyways, but what the ratings would be without Koepka if they're going down. Because we've been arguing, I haven't really.
You can't divide by 0.
Yeah, right. But people have been arguing on the PGA Tour that it's Koepka and DeChambeau, and that's why the ratings had tanked, not last year, but 2 years ago. Last year, the ratings were way up. I don't know why those numbers. I basically think that it was because of the way they measured them, because they were so different last year than the year before. So I really think that if they measure that, how much of an effect is it for them? Not much. So they already have a non-existent tour that they're throwing money at anyways. And if that doesn't make a dent in it, what do they care?
Yeah, it might save them some money. But as I said last time when we talked about Live on this podcast, leaving's got to be a monumental decision. It's not just leaving the money. It's leaving the scary MFers that Phil used to describe them.
Yeah.
It's like leaving the mob. You got to be real careful how you get out. And I'm sure that's part of this Koepka transition. Play nice.
Generally doesn't like anyone getting out, because once you're out, then now you're a loose asset who could say things that are very inconvenient for the mafioso, for La Cosa Nostra.
I forget the name of the guy that got knocked out because he didn't play well and then made his way through the tour qualifier, but he was a former Live guy, but he made his way back. He had some comments about, it wasn't what they said it was, and some of that. I just can't remember.
And he's been missing ever since.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, topic number 2. This is a very sad week for a lot of us that love golf, because the PGA Tour should be going tomorrow at Kapalua and their vaunted plantation course, which is visually one of the most soothing things for us northern tier continental U.S. viewers get to see all winter. And they canceled the event months ago because of a water shortage that had turned the course brown. Well, this here is a current picture of Kapalua. Kapalua is open for business for locals on the scene who say it is looking greener and lusher than ever. What happened here, boys?
Politics.
What kind of politics?
Well, I don't know. I'm not smart enough to know this stuff, but there's obviously a water issue of releasing water, not releasing water.
Yeah, it was a dispute.
It was a dispute and where the water and how the water should be funneled to different places. And it was just a pissing match. And I believe that, the tour was probably just caught in the middle of the pissing match. But when they really start to look at it, the tourism that the golf course brings and all the other stuff, they realize that it's a very valuable asset to their island. And therefore, okay, I guess you can have some water now. It's not like it doesn't rain. It's the same climate for the past billion years. So it's just they screwed the whole thing up there. And unfortunately, I think the tour got caught in it. And I think the tour was too much of a pussy to get involved in the politics of it.
Adam Schupak, writing for Golf Week, asked the relevant question, which is, so how did the plantation course, which ranks number 22 on Golf Week's best courses you can play, how did it end up at number 49 on the top 100 modern list, and then make a remarkable recovery like this? And did the tour act prematurely in calling off the tournament, which officials estimate to include a $50 million economic impact on the area?
Well, I would say that the economic impact stuff is always overblown. That's
Fair.
Always a rationale for doing it. As a tournament operator, I would say there's nothing worse for an event when the course is not up to par. So, you do have to make a decision at some point. And with the tour, which is different the way we run events, we show up, the Thursday before and start setting up. They've got to start building out all the, the boxes and all the leaderboards and everything that goes part of it. And you're building it over brown grass and you're like, it's just not going to come back. So I don't know how long that decision needs to be made on tour, but obviously there's a lot more length to that discussion than we think of. You can't decide the Monday before we're not doing it or we are doing it. It takes months for the build out. So I give them some leeway on that. It's just, I don't know the agronomics. Obviously, the article probably said how it greened up so fast, but I haven't had a chance to look at it.
Yeah, I'm surprised that nobody was chronicling this on golf Twitter or golf YouTube, saying, look, it's coming back. They got water again. Or maybe they did and I just missed it. I don't know. I guess it wasn't brown enough or dry enough or dead enough to not have a quick bounce back. I know the tour can't count on it, but the more nefarious theories out there, Ronas, is that this is part of what Brian Rolap, the new CEO of the tour, wants. He wants fewer tournaments. He wants scarcity. And I would imagine this stop is a money loser for the tour, net, because very lightly attended, right? There's not a ton of crowds out there on the plantation course. It's a hard walk as well. And you got to build the stands and everything else, staff the tournament, blah, blah, blah. But the television money is already baked in to their TV contracts. So this is part of people assuming that Rolap wants to cut all of Hawaii off to make it cheaper.
Yeah, to make it cheaper. You're right. Yeah,
and to start crazily Super Bowl week in Phoenix.
Right. Crazily enough, I watched all 18 holes of TGL last night.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
But it's not 18 holes, so you didn't watch them all 18 holes.
Okay, so I don't know what it is then. I don't even know what I was watching, to tell you the truth.
A regulation 7 holes.
I did enjoy it. But Rolap was there in the audience, and he was talking to the LPGA director, whatever.
Craig Kessler?
Yeah. I'll tell you what, just in the looking at him talking, he's an aggressive dude.
Rolap?
Like, he aggressively talking at this guy. And this guy was like kind of backing off a little bit. It was really interesting. I would have loved to hear the conversation. So I think this guy is got a game plan that he's going to be really aggressive with, and it's either going to work or it's going to be kind of bad news.
Yeah, Zabe, I heard the same rumors that, this is part of the plan to get rid of all of Hawaii and scarcity and cut the events. And I did see something about, hey, with what you're planning, and I think the question was actually to Tiger Woods, is it going to be kind of phased in, or is it just going to be like an abrupt change? And I think they quoted both Tiger and Rolap as saying, yeah, we think it's probably better to just rip the Band-Aid off, so that's an interesting analogy.
Look at that guy.
Where they're just going to say, hey, this is the way it is now. There's no phasing in. We're going to do one Hawaii this year and then no Hawaii next year. It's like, we're out.
Yeah, ripping the Band-Aid off.
Zabe, I don't know this guy, but he is very punchable.
He's got a little bit of a lazy eye, stout forehead, big helmet of hair, smart guy. Got a master's of business administration from Harvard University.
Hey, I'm sure he's a great guy and smart as hell.
I mean, I don't think he's a cocktail party guy. I don't think you're going to have fun cornering him next to the bar, but can he do what needs to be done for the tour? That remains to be seen. I don't know. I think if from their strategy standpoint, if they're going to do something, they probably should rip the Band-Aid off, but it's going to hurt. I'm going to scream.
And you don't hire this guy to make minor tweaks. You don't hire a guy from the NFL to make minor tweaks. You bring him in for a wholesale change, and it's all the private equity guys. That's what they want. So
I know, but this is the further degradation of things in life that are good, that we like, that are being taken away for basically, I don't want to say no reason, but the reason is money. They
have a good word for that. Have you heard the word they're using for this?
And shitification.
That's right. And shitification.
Yes. This like missing Kapalua is another shitification of the sports world and life we used to have. Because I didn't watch hours and hours of it. I just liked that it was going on. I like seeing the highlights.
I like seeing prime time. I like watching it at 10 o'clock at night.
Exactly. Yep.
And Waialae Country Club does not nearly have the same visual pop. It's a tighter course down on a flat trail land right by the ocean, and it does not have the spectacular vistas of Kapalua.
And it was a birdie fest, too.
It is a birdie fest as well.
Green's running like 6.
Right. I'm glad that the Kapalua is back up and operating and looks good.
Yeah.
And Mark Rolfing can sleep well at night now, Mr. Hawaii himself.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm kind of pissed they don't have a tour event. So We shall see what happens there. Next up, let's talk TGL, shall we, boys?
Yes.
So it launched again, year 2. It launched earlier this year, I believe, than last year, correct? Because I don't remember it happening this early.
I don't know
But
when it
I got
left.
bad news for you, Ronas. Here are the ratings for the first 2 weeks of the TGL comparing year over year. Season 1, which was panel only, according to Nielsen, they've expanded their rating system to include panel plus, quote, big data, which encompasses more of our phones and devices. It has generally led to a bump of about 10 to 15% in ratings across the board for all sports. So everyone's enjoying a bit of a ride right now, except the TGL. They are down. They are down pretty significantly. Last year, week 1 was 919,000. This year was 646, and week 2 last year was 1 million, so it went up a tick. It did have Tiger Woods, though, which matters. And then week 2 with Rory went down to 354,000 viewers. Yeesh.
I watched a little bit of
Tiger's on next week.
Okay.
Is he going to play?
Let's see.
Yeah, he's going to play.
Supposedly, yeah.
All right.
I watched a little bit of the Rory match, and I would say I think these guys have gotten better at this in terms of the talking, hearing the strategy, talking shit to each other, that kind of thing. I think it's more watchable now than it was last year.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty good, and they've also they've gotten into the real virtual reality of the golf. So the golf courses are really just fake, So they haven't tried to design a real golf course. They're making it more virtual entertainment golf. So I think in that regard, it was interesting. Now, I don't know if it's the same golf courses every week. Maybe they go through the cycle of the teams. All the teams play it first.
Golf courses. They can choose holes.
Yeah, it's a different makeup of holes.
Yeah.
Different makeup of holes.
But I've seen the Stinger hole, twice in the last 2 weeks. So, I'm sure there's some holes they like versus other ones.
Yeah. So, it's entertainment. So they understand it's entertainment. But there's still guys like Cantlay, and next week will be Cam Young. These guys, Cantlay shouldn't be on the show.
I know, because he is absolute personality death. But
Chris Gotterup was
enough. Well, was Gotterup not exciting?
No,
Gotterup
was, and he was chipping in and stuff. But the problem is, he's up there with Gotterup's a baby compared to these guys, at least in accomplishments. So,
sure.
He was a little unwilling, and then it looks like Horschel's a bit of a douche. So, those are the things that kind of to get together. But they really need to look at the entertaining people on the tour and just use them, whether they're good at golf or not. They're all good. That's who they have to use.
Kisner was entertaining and bad last year.
Yeah.
The Gotterup had a stinger that was so low to the ground. It was
his one iron.
Incredible. Yeah. One iron, which, who even carries one of those anymore? Maybe just for this
he doesn't carry it either. He just happened to have one.
Hey, put it in play for the Stinger hole.
Used for this.
Is the chipping and putting better?
The putting's better.
It was quite good, yeah. And the chipping was
Rory's
good
team
too.
actually made putts this year.
And did they do anything to improve the chipping and putting areas, or did they not need improvement?
I think they all practiced on them a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay.
And maybe they did change the surface a little bit. It didn't seem like it was catching the club as much as it was last year, but who knows? Again, you have to walk into it with, this is another form of golf entertainment. This is not for a golf purist.
Right. It's for us in January when we don't have anything to watch. That's on at night. But Thor Bjornsson was quite the putter when he had his match. So Michael Thor Bjornsson.
I'm surprised that both you, Ronas, and Buddy, shout out Buddy, we miss you. We'll have a future episode. I'm surprised you two guys are more into it than I would have thought. That has been a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, I'm a little too. You know what? I'm constantly, and we talked about this with the LPGA, and the LPGA, by the way, is going to have TGL.
Really?
I'm constantly
their own TGL.
Yeah, next year.
Yeah.
Yep.
I want to learn about personalities because in teaching, and I'm old now, but in teaching, I think one of the most important and overlooked things is learning about people's personalities because of how important it is to teach them according to their personality. So the more personalities that you know and can understand, the better I think you can be a teacher. So when you see these varied people, it's good to understand their personality types because they're all great players. And I would like to see if there's a tendency for one personality type to come out in these players so I can understand people. I like to understand people. So I get to see that in TGL where I don't on the PGA Tour.
Okay, fair enough. Here's the Goddard Up Stinger I'm showing you guys right now, at least the still cap of it. Look at that thing.
5 feet.
Yeah.
That is so phenomenal. 5 feet, and it carried how
39, far? Well, 39 feet off the ground, it looks like. It looks like the launch angle was 5 degrees.
Carry distance, 217 yards.
Carried.
217 yards. Apex of 39
That's
feet.
Obscene. I can't hit my driver that far.
148 miles an hour ball speed. Holy
Although
smokes.
I think our guy Michael Brennan, he hit one driver that was lower apex.
56.
Oh, that was his low apex, 56?
Yeah, 56 and 305.
Nice. While we're on Mr. Brennan, over the holidays, Augusta National sent out its official invites via registered courier, FedEx, I believe.
UPS.
Oh, UPS. Okay, the official delivery partner of the Masters for their invitations. And you have a story about that with Mr. Brennan.
Well, it's just a simple story. They sent me a little snippet saying that you're expecting an arrival today, and it was UPS, and it said from Augusta National Golf Club, and it said
the notification via email. Hey, look out for this delivery.
Yeah, and it said Masters Invitational, and then like 10 minutes later, Mike texted me back, and he said it's delayed due to weather. So so now it's like 3 hours later, they're playing golf. And they live in the neighborhood that my golf course is in, Beacon Hill. And he calls me and he goes, the package got delivered. It's just leaning against the front door. Can you go grab it and bring it around back?
Whoa.
And I'm like, yeah.
You touched an
so I said that's
invite.
It'll be the only time I get to hold a Masters invitation. Of course, it was in a UPS package. But so I went over there. I filmed it. Of course, I don't post any of this stuff because it's private for him and all the other stuff. But I did film it for myself. And basic UPS packaging, Augusta National Golf Club. And it says right on it, Masters Invitation. And I mean, awesome. And he posted on his Instagram or whatever the invitation. But it's very cool.
Guy, I think it was a year ago. Stallings is his name. Scott Stallings got the wrong invite. He's a realtor. The other Scott Stallings, who's a tour player, had made the Masters by hook or by crook, and they sent Scott Stallings, the realtor from Sea Island, Georgia.
That's great.
Invite.
That's great.
And of course, he graciously delivered.
And he showed up on the first tee.
No, I believe he. Right, I believe he hand delivered it to the other Scott Stallings.
Oh, see, that's cool. That's cool.
2023, so 3 years ago, I guess.
Yeah, I hand delivered it to the back door. Yeah, so that was that.
2023, that was 3 years ago. January 13th. God, 3 years.
Yeah.
Crazy. Felt like it was last year.
Yeah.
All right.
That's awesome. You got to touch it, Ronus, though.
Yeah, it's very
Have
cool.
you washed your hands since?
Of course not.
I don't wash my hands. You kidding me?
Come on.
Tiger Woods turned 50 over the Christmas break, and there was a lot of great 50 compilations of Tiger things and Tiger remembrances and Tiger Akana, if you will. The 50 shots, the so-called 50 greatest shots by Golf Digest of Tiger Woods was awesome winter holiday viewing. What struck me, though, as I watched every one of them, there wasn't a single one that I didn't acutely know about and have a remembrance of. Yep, that was here at that thing. And
Canadian
there
Open.
Was that one there. Yeah, and I'm not even a big Tiger stan per se. It's just he was such an imprint on the golf world. If you follow the sport and play the game, you're going to know most of those shots. Did you watch any or all of the top 50?
I did not see them, but
I
Didn't
saw
see
part
the
of it.
list?
Yeah.
no. But
Ronis.
I mean,
Ronis.
I've seen them all a million times, and they're just so much more
Ronis.
iconic. I know. I'll go look at it. I've been at them. I don't know. I'll
That's
go
okay.
look at it.
That's okay. I just knowing how much your mom, may she rest in peace, loved Tyga, right?
Tyga.
Didn't she used to
Tyga.
say Tyga?
Yeah.
Yeah. Here is the list from this is a PGA Tour list, not a Golf Digest list. But they've got all the shots here.
Yeah.
I mean, the bunker slice.
I'm gonna just go YouTube this up.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
these are
I'll send you the link.
unbelievable.
I'll
Yeah,
send you
please
the
do,
link.
because
It's
and
got
that's what I'm
better
saying.
than
His
most.
shots were just like they've been great shots in golf history, but his were insane.
Yeah.
There's 50 on here that were as good as Rory's at the Masters this year.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's got multiple flop shot holeouts at Memorial at Jack.
Right.
One better and more insane
Staring
than
at the water.
I think the one from behind the green was probably the highest ranked one, but
yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, Tiger Woods turns 50. He is eligible to play on the Senior PGA Tour. He still has to get that Achilles right. He's going to start by making some cameos on the TGL. We'll see after that. But he's having a birthday party. Tell me how much you would like to go to this party. A 300-person invite-only event for his 50th at the Breakers in West Palm. Breakers is really nice. The party has its own title sponsor, Ding, is being hosted by John Bon Jovi, Ding. The dress code says wear a touch of red, and the dinner menu will be Masters, Champions, themed, they say.
Okay,
That's
Zabe,
awesome.
so I saw this too on social media, and I see a lot of things on social media. Is this definitely true?
Well, it's Front Office Sports tweeting it. Front Office Sports is a very legitimate outlet.
Okay.
So I think it's
I'm
absolutely.
going to tell you it is
Have a whole
legitimate
story
because
on
I got an invitation.
Shut.
No, you didn't, Cool. No, you didn't.
I'll come and fight you for that thing. Yeah, no, here it is. David Rumsey writing for Front Office Sports. Tiger Woods' 50th birthday party as John Bon Jovi and title sponsor. Who's the title sponsor for this?
Must be Sunday Red.
Yeah, Red Celebrating Legacy presented by EYUS. That's Ernst & Young, I guess? Yes.
Probably. Yeah, US. Yeah.
Ernst & Young is the presenting sponsor.
Come on.
We have major corporations sponsoring this event. Okay, so what?
Zabin's birthday is sponsored by Bud Light, so you got that going.
So what is Tiger's year going to be, do you think, boys? Give me a
same
best
as it's been for the last 3 years.
I just hope he plays. I want to see him play.
Expectation and nothing. Nothing. He gets hurt again. Because it kills me every year. It kills me every year. I'd like him to play on some Senior Tour events this year, Champions Tour events this year, and I cannot get myself excited because I know he's going to let us down.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. I wish he understood that we don't care. I mean, I'm sure he does, but we don't care how he plays. We just want to see him play.
Right.
So if that's Champions Tour and riding.
If he shoots 80, you don't want to see that. So he's got to play respectably.
Right. But playing the Champions Tour and riding a cart, that's good enough for me if he plays and he doesn't embarrass himself.
What if they made him play without a hat and he had that old man hair, that unfortunate old man hair that his dad gave him?
You mean this?
Yeah, right. Where it's just kind of fluffy and kind of patchy. I mean, he takes that hat off and you go, ah!
Yeah, he gets old in a hurry when the hat comes off.
He does get old in a hurry. And I hate that because he was the most incredible.
He's 50 and he's got a lot of miles.
Look like that.
Well, he's got a lot of miles on him.
A lot of things that he did for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's take a quick break here, and let me tell you about Golfdom, our presenting sponsor again for 2026. Thank you, Golfdom, as part of the worldwide golf empire and universe, where they've got golf stores of varying brands all across the globe. Buddy Christensen is off this week out in California, working on opening some new stores, converting some stores, all that good stuff. We look forward to being back in the center fitting bay at Golfdom as soon as possible, because it's the place to get your year started right. Whether it's clubs, bags, balls, shoes, you name it, they got it for you at Golfdom. So go to Golfdom today and get set up for your 2026, and make sure to tell them that the Capital Golf Gang sent you. National Links Trust got kicked out of their situation at the 3 courses in the District of Columbia in a very shocking and I think disappointing, ultimately, move by the Trump administration and the Department of the Interior. As you guys know, East Potomac, which is the crown jewel, 36 holes, right there on the Potomac River, sinking, however, it does need a nearly $100 million federally funded seawall to keep it from flooding all the time, and they're waiting on that. That could be the most incredible golf course in the world if you put enough money and muscle into it. Obviously, Trump, that's what he wants to do. The National Links Trust had formed to try to, get these courses to be more serviceable, both East Potomac, Langston, and then Rock Creek, because they were in constant disrepair because the way it worked was the Department of the Interior, which has like 50 million square miles of land to administer to, they can't run a golf course, Ronas.
No.
They're not like the newly resurrected Beacon Hill that is nimble and thrifty and cared for by people like you that really want it to be great. They're the government. They got a lot of things going on. So what they would do is they would just, they had what was called or described to me, talking to Damian Cosby, who is part of the National Links Trust Board. I believe he's their CEO, correct?
Yeah, executive director.
Yeah, executive director. He said that the Interior Department had a concessionaire agreement with the courses where it was even lower than just a golf course operator. They basically said, here, run the course and, make sure that it can stay open and you cut the grass, but you can't improve anything. We got no budget for nothing.
Yeah, a lot of deferred maintenance.
For nothing. And if there's something that goes wrong, you better patch it. You better tape it. You better figure it out because we got no money for you. That was a terrible way to run 3 courses that were crucial for public access inside the 3/4 diamond that is the District of Columbia. And so they had a plan, and it was a good plan. They had a couple architects, Gil Hance, Tom Doak, who were going to donate their time to redesign a couple of the golf courses. They had big donors that were willing to contribute and help put some money into this thing. But according to the government, they had fallen behind on their lease, and Trump just basically took it over. He wants to build a Fazio-designed, spectacular but more expensive golf course on East Potomac, and my sense is he doesn't care about the other 2 courses. Okay, I've said my whole spiel. It's a long spiel, but I wanted to get out there. Mr. Gould, you're going to get to go first on this. What saith you?
Yeah, it's you did a good summary. It's very unfortunate, and I think Trump thinks he's going to build a Taj Mahal that's going to host tour events, even though the tour is shrinking, as we just discussed in an early discussion, or maybe host Ryder Cups.
Ryder Cup
phrased it. All right, they're already booked out through 41, so that's not going to happen. And it is to the detriment, and there's no question it's to the detriment of public access / municipal golf, which is the whole reason. I mean, the other thing about the National Links Trust is, yes, they're trying to help those 3 golf courses, and they had a plan, and as best they could because of all the red tape they have to go through with the Department of Interior and getting things approved. But they were also a model for how municipal golf could work, and they were having seminars with other municipalities, California, wherever, on here's kind of our model, and here's ways to get things done in your municipality. So it was really not only just the 3 golf courses, but it was a movement to improve municipal daily fee golf. And now it's just boom, gone, just swallowed up by this administration.
Rodas?
Zabe, the first question I need to ask you, though, are we talking Trump as an individual wants to build something there, or Trump as an administration?
Well,
we're not sure yet. I don't think
they're one and the same.
Yeah. Okay,
I mean,
so
Trump is focused on legacy, and he wants to build a giant arch downtown between, I believe, the Lincoln and the Washington Monument. He has pressured the board of the Kennedy Center to put his name on the Kennedy Center. Yep. This is what presidents do, and some more than others, and I'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
So, yes, and Trump is a golf guy. I will say this, not to
Trump's
jump
done
in
great
front of
things
you.
with his golf courses.
Well, here's the thing. Do you remember the whole USFL versus NFL thing?
Yeah.
Trump was at the forefront of that with the USFL generals.
Mhm.
There
Yeah.
was a documentary, one of the early 30 for 30s, interviewed a lot of people on this, and they had a lot of archival footage. And when the whole thing collapsed and they won in court, the USFL, for antitrust, but they only got $1, so it was tripled to $3 under antitrust law,
Mhm.
Trump just kind of shrugged and said, you know what? It was small potatoes anyway, meaning the USFL. I believe that thinking with Trump dominates whatever he does in business or anything else. He has no time for small potatoes. He probably looked at the NLT and said, nice, but who cares? Let's build something really great and lasting on a great piece of land. Whether or not it actually gets built remains to be seen. It will not be finished before his term is done. That's for sure. The floor is yours.
Yeah, I look at it a little bit differently. I mean, I think what people have to understand is you need a pinpoint vision of exactly what you want to do with a facility, whether it's a private facility, a public facility, or anything else. And the second thing you need is deep pockets. This should be usurped into the Parks and Recreation department of what we have for the United States parks. And that's what these golf course or recreation centers should be part of.
You
So
want
that
the Parks and Rec people to run golf courses?
I want a specific golf department within the Parks and Recreation to find those places that may be these ones. There may be other ones in different parts of the country that are government-owned land that a golf course sits on that I believe, but you have to hire the right people. I mean, we can sit here all day long and say, the government can't do this, the government can't do that. I agree with you on half the stuff, but the fact is you have to hire pinpoint clear people who understand what it's going to take, are clear and concise with their vision of getting the facility or not getting the facility to a certain point. I believe that if you put together a government agency, meaning the government dollars, if you put together probably the brains of National Links Trust, and I don't know enough about them, and you gave them government dollars, I believe that if they were focused enough, they could bring those golf courses to an elite level.
With the government dollars brings
government dollars.
Which with the government dollars, it brings government bureaucracy, government sloth, and government unfireability. And I say this humbly and gently as the son of a former United States Department of Agriculture worker, James Michael Zabin. Super Sky point to you, Dad. He once told me, Ronus, nobody knows their rights quite like a government worker.
Yeah.
Including himself. So I think your vision is a wonderful one. I don't think it has any chance to actually succeed. Let me turn it to Gula for a hypothetical. Let's say that Trump fast tracks and gets them to approve all this stuff to shore up Haynes Point, or East Potomac Park, as it were, to build that seawall, which is going to be $100 million plus, Army Corps of Engineer, permits up the wazoo to do that. But let's say he fast tracks that, he gets that done, he gets Fazio in there, finds some money for him, they start moving the dozers, and he builds an absolute ripper of a course. Open to the public, yes. Green fees, north of $250, maybe more during peak season. And then what if Trump says, you know what, Rock Creek and Langston, here, NLT, let's rewrite a new contract for those. Go fix them up. Would that be a possible win if that were to happen?
I'm not sure because the part of the business plan of National Links Trust was East Potomac is a moneymaker. It is a money-making machine, even at whatever their municipal rate is now. Huge double-decker range that provides a lot of income.
36
and the plan was to keep that one to last. So it would be open and making money while they were fixing up Rock Creek and Langston.
Okay.
So, I mean,
that really
it all depends on the money, Zabe. Who's paying for Rock Creek and Langston? If the government money, if there's some left over after they do build this Taj Mahal, and they're going to provide the money for National Links Trust to renovate those two courses. I don't know any of the politics, so
Yeah.
You know, it sounds like that might work, but the key, East Potomac is the key for the 3 because it's the moneymaker. Now, obviously, you want to renovate the other 2 so they become moneymakers.
The
But
end of the day,
if you have
yeah, at the end of the
free
day,
money,
though, you'd have to have an operator that has a long lease to make money on the 2 smaller courses,
right?
that it's worth their while if they could run them optimally.
And
They could
National
make
Links
a little
Trust
bit
had
of
a
money.
50-year lease that was broken because somebody didn't like it.
Well, the story I read said that basically NLT spent about $8 million over the course of several years improving things, and they were supposed to get a rent rebate on every improvement they made, every capital improvement that they could
Right.
show on paper. The Department of the Interior said, "Nah, that's not how it works," and they just ripped up the contract.
Right,
And
but
that's
the
an awful, yeah.
National Links Trust deal was with the Park Service, and the Park Service approved every purchase as it went, and the
Right. Well,
interior
that's the
Bigfooted them.
problem.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
so they're like, "Hey, Park Service," who is like a middle manager, "is this cool?" And the Park Service is like, "Yeah, that's great. Go for it." And then the big boss, the Department of the Interior, says, "Oh yeah, no, that's not the deal."
With the director appointed directly by Donald J. Trump.
Right. And then you throw up your hands as the NLT must have done and said, "You got to be kidding me here. Like, how does this even work?" And it's so frustrating. It is so wrong. It will make your blood boil if you're not old enough in life to realize that this kind of fuckery goes on all the time in every walk of life and business. But almost from the minute the boys at NLT said, "Let's get in business with the federal government,"
You know, there's your mistake.
one might have said, "Oh, good luck on that.
Yeah.
Hope it works out."
Yeah.
Sucks. It sucks because I would like those courses to thrive and be good and to provide access to the game for those that are in the inner city. And it doesn't look like that's going to be the case now, or who knows? They're closing, I think, East Potomac for a couple weeks here in the winter as they transition. I'm sure it'll be open at some point under someone's management, but the big dream looks pretty dead right now, and that's
It does.
Bad. Okay. Let's end on a nice anecdote. So, do you remember your first ever birdie?
No.
Who says I've had one?
Where'd you hear this rumor? I've had a birdie.
Yeah.
John Gold. Either it's the first par, first birdie, first eagle. These are oftentimes very special sort of moments for any golfer, right? And I got a story yesterday from my dentist, the lovely and talented and very skilled Dr. Laura During. And she said she got her first ever birdie playing at Kiowa's Ocean Course.
Wow. She's charging you a good amount for her teeth to be playing Kiowa, but let's go.
Well, she's a great dentist, and she is also a very avid golfer. There she is right there. You can see her. Holding up with her caddy is holding up the 2 fingers. Birdie, beautiful.
Birdie on a par 3.
Sunshiny day. Awesome. Do you know what she then said? Because I said, 17 is a very historic hole. It's a very iconic hole. It's one of the hardest holes on the planet with the sea breezes, if not the whipping wind, coming at you and pushing you towards the water from 235 yards away from the back of the tippity-tip tips. I said that was the hole where Calcavecchia melted down en route to losing his final 5 holes to let Monty off the hook. He was so distraught, was Calcavecchia, he wandered down to the ocean and cried himself into a blubbering mess while the whole matches were coming down to Longer, missing that 8-footer.
That was War at the Shore, and what year? 91?
91, War at the Shore. The Ryder Cup that launched the Ryder Cup into being a thing at all.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. She says to me, she goes, "Yeah, but though I feel like it wasn't real because I had a caddy helping me." And I said, "Dr. Doran."
Not true at all. I mean, I'm sure she didn't play from 235, but that caddy has nothing to do with it.
I said, "Doctor, the pros have caddies all day, every day. You still had to hit the shot and make the putt." And she was like, "Yeah, but he was standing right behind me telling me exactly where to hit it." And I said,
he didn't hit it.
I know.
Right.
It was such an endearing and adorable new golfer type of thing to say and to think. Like, yeah, it doesn't really count because of that. And I'm like, oh my goodness. In a million years.
Yes, it does.
Doctor, that was a great birdie. You're going to remember it your whole life, and there is no shame in having a caddy there. As a matter of fact, it makes it even better. The walk with the caddy.
Now, I think the
from
picture
the
should
tee to
have
the
been
green with
without the
that putter.
caddy, but that's okay. The caddy should have taken the picture of her just holding up the two.
Yeah.
Get the caddy out of there.
Yeah. Well, I was just about to get my filling, and I said, so if this were a golf hole, is this like, how bad is this filling going to be? She's like, birdie hole. And I go, good. Well, you know,
good.
Yeah, and it was.
She now knows the reference.
Yeah, in, out,
Good.
bing, bong, done, and we are good. But member of Stoneleigh, way out here in Western Loudon, right before the first rippling edge of the Blue Ridge Mountains. All right, the time is yours, boys, for our final couple minutes here. Can you catch us up on what's been going on in the couple weeks since we've last gathered?
Go ahead, Johnny.
Well, obviously, like you said, work is meetings and budgets and all that stuff. On a personal level, the positive was I did get to travel to California over the winter break. I went to Palm Springs, saw 8,000 golf courses, but didn't play one of them. So
whoa! So what took you out to Palm Springs?
We decided when my kids were like 10 and 12, and they're like 23 and 20 now, that gifts were not the magic sauce with them. You know, after they finished the puzzles and the video games and the Legos, it was over a day later, and we said we're not doing that anymore. We're gonna make memories. We're gonna travel. We went and swam with the dolphins. We've been on some cruises, and we wanted to go to Palm Springs. So we went up to Palm Springs, visited Joshua Tree National Park, and it was very cool.
That's great.
And do they not play golf, your boys?
None of my family plays golf.
That
Crazy.
is the darndest thing. Did you ever try to force them into it?
I did not force them. I did give them opportunity.
Duct tape a wedge to their little hands? Come on.
Well, I think Ronas kind of said the same thing. His kids were into baseball. They didn't play for a while. I guess they're playing a little bit more now, right?
Yeah, they play a lot now.
Yeah, so it just, it wasn't their thing.
They'll find it.
Well, good.
Yeah.
And did it kill you to not play into the course? Is there any course out there that you would be dying to play in Palm Springs?
Yeah, I'd probably want to play PGA West or, I've played out there. I was out there for a PGA meeting and played out there once, but yeah, I mean, there
Palm
are
Springs
so many
cool
golf courses there.
It's some cool golf out there.
Yeah. Big horns
cool.
out there. There's, all these made for TV events are all played out there. So.
Yeah. It's cool topography.
It's, I would say that part of the country, that Palm Springs golf, it's like Arizona, but even more expensive because it's California.
Yes.
Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think the weather's a little bit better
retirees.
in the off season. It's 75. It's not, it's not super hot.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The summer, I'm sure, is super hot.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, that didn't mean to pop up there. Ronas, what do you got?
Well, my family, after opening globs and globs of gifts on Christmas morning, my wife and I my wife is down in Florida for the month. She rented a place down there. And so we got up on Christmas morning and celebrated Christmas.
Shark Bite City, as you call it.
Yes, New Smyrna Beach.
Shark
Bite capital of the world. So we got in the car at 4:00 and just started driving down to Florida. But here's the point of this story. I play down there. I play municipal courses. I've told you this, guys, a million times. And I don't tell them I'm a pro or anything like that. And I went into this golf course that I've been playing, which I thought had been going a little bit downhill. But for Florida courses, I kind of like the design. It's called Venetian Bay down there. And believe me, it's nothing special. But the transformation from last year to this year was pretty staggering of how much better it got. So at the end of the round, I went and introduced myself, and it had so happened that it had some ties to the Northeast. But I said, you know what, guys, I've played here a few times and for quite a few years, and you've really done a good job over the last year and a half or so. And I just felt the need to come in here and say how happy I am with what you guys have done. And he's like, anytime you want to come out and all that other stuff. But it was good to see a course got better.
Yes. Anything getting better is good. We should all strive to be 1/10 of 1% better every single day.
For sure.
Last ad, I promised one more thing. I found this from my favorite TikTok account, social media influence account, which would be St. Andre Golf, talking about winter golf. They do a winter golf one every year. Can you guys see this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
So stupid. It's freaking hockey weather.
Classic Aaron. Let's play golf.
Hey, we're golfing. How lucky are we, huh? What do we always say? It's cold outside, but we are blessed. Northern is closed. We're still obsessed. Hands are numb. The wind persists. It's warm enough. We like this. Our fingers ache. Greens are hard. We support the course. Swipe the card. We had other options, but chose this one. Winter golf is super fun.
I mean, these guys are so creative. These guys and gals, the two guys and the one gal. I make it a New Year's resolution to meet St. Andre Golf in 2026.
Nice.
Just want to meet him and say,
We need to have him on the
"Hi,"
show.
and say thank you for doing what you do. Yes,
Yeah.
getting him on the show would be great for
Yeah.
sure. All right, boys, great run. Another season is underway. Capital Golf Gang 2026. If there are topics or things or ideas or lists or questions or hypotheticals you would like the Capital Golf Gang to entertain, do please reach out to me at zabe@yahoo.com, and I will make sure to try to incorporate them on future episodes. Until next time, enjoy your winter golf if you get a nice 60-degree day in the north, or if you're listening from somewhere warm, good for you. We're all very jealous. We'll see you next time on the Capital Golf Gang.
This has been the Capital Golf Gang. If you'd like the gang to visit your home course, send your inquiries to zabe@yahoo.com. That's CZABE@yahoo.com. And for free swag, we're all an extra large. So yeah, thanks for the shirts.
The 2026 golf season is here at Golfdom and Worldwide Golf. Oh, you heard me, it's here. Maybe not outside your window where there's snow and ice and frozen dormant grass, but it's here and alive with your upcoming winter golf getaway. It's here as you think, I need a new travel bag, like my Sun Mountain Club Glider Meridian model, the best damn travel bag I've ever owned. Or maybe you want some great high-tech thermal golf outerwear as you steal a few rounds on a 45-degree day here in the DMV. Or maybe the golf season is here as you get ready to stock up on ammunition for the season by going into Golfdom and shopping for the right ball for your game and talking to their trusted golf-savvy reps in store. All about the options you have today and then getting at least enough to make it through, well, 4th of July. So just like the new season of the Capital Golf Gang is here, so too is golf season at Golfdom. Get into any location in the DMV, Tysons, Rockville, and Annapolis, or shop online at golfdomgolf.com. Or wherever you go, look for the Worldwide Golf logo and get the best for your game.